Hi everyone. So we haven't done like a relationship, toxic relationship, or in general relationship reading for a while, mainly because I've just been, taking a recharge period. So, as always, just this may be triggering, so make sure you're prepared or come back to it when you feel more emotionally prepared. Nothing wrong with that, needing time out. Okay, a lot of cards jumped out. Turn pain into purpose. And on the back, party animal. Seek own community. There's a unicorn, there's an owl, and this eye. It's a very dragon eye, reptilian, like snake, very protective vibes. I saw your crown long before it fit. Also, I think I accidentally started writing, I saw your crown long before you did. And there's a fairy at the back. You're an angel. And lots of positive things there. So yeah, so basically, I mean, this kind of is very much, I feel like my higher self is actually telling me all of this because I was very much I had kind of regressed into my wounded healer inner child, very hurt. It was like because of all the drama today, and I knew that I was in that, I had dropped down because of what happened. So this is my higher self reminding me it's all good. Turn pain into purpose. Seek on community. And the party animal made me laugh because I literally just made an invitation. Like, this is something I created. I mean, not the envelope, but everything else. I will share more pictures later, but basically this is I'm planning a beach party on the 22nd to celebrate the new moon. And in our culture, the first invitation to an important ceremony is always to God. So the first one I made to God. I put that, and I put it next in front of a picture of Ganesha, who's the Lord of Obstacle or removing obstacles, also the Lord of removing black magic. So yeah, that's interesting that came out. And I am finding my own community. I'm meeting my soul tribe. I've met a few already, and it's really nice to meet genuinely good people. And then yeah, I saw your crown along with me. Yeah, there's nothing more to say there, so that's good. It's so funny when it's literally kind of echoing my own situation here, but that's nice. Let's look at divine counterpart stuff, or in general, like even if it's just like ancestors or soulmates, because you have several different soulmates. They don't all have to be romantic. It can be like friendships, it can be siblings, you can have many soulmates. It won't always be so hard, I promise. That's good, because it feels pretty damn hard right now. This is life, and yes, turning pain into purpose is the superpower that we all need to embody. You can relax now. So that's good. Perfect. Let's look at some message between the highest selves. Oh no, this is twin flame. So surrender, control, and flow, and LGBTQI AI plus. If that's significant. And let's look at this one. like you'll harvest. So it's all coming in now. Finally. Awareness. A lot of force, which is like foundation and stability. There's like, foundation achievements, family, the goal at the end of the rainbow or at the bottom of the rainbow, rest and rejuvenate, ground in nature. It's very much about the hard part is over now. We can relax. We've done the work. We still feel the pain and it's hard, but turn that pain into purpose. Know that the rewards are coming in, and rest. Seek out your own community. There are good people out there. What else did I want to say? There's one message I want to give, which is something that I've been like, I was having a conversation with someone who basically came out of a very difficult situation, very like quite similar to mine, like, but he had met someone else who had given him advice about spirituality and such, and he was asking me, because I had introduced myself and given my card and saying, saying that I'm a spiritual healer, etc., and he wanted to ask me about it, like my advice. And he was saying, they said this, they said they should do this, they should take like, in order to clear the calcification on the pineal gland due to the fluoride, is it fluorides in the toothpaste? Because I posted something about that. In order to clear that, you need to take like drugs, mind altering drugs. And I said, anything that messes with your mind is not a good thing. And I have such a big issue against these psychiatrists who are now pushing psychedelics and magic mushrooms as the new cure for not a new way forward to treat depression and anxiety, when now that they realize that the mechanism of action of all the other drugs are basically rubbish. So which really like begs the question about why these drugs were, like, what was the research behind this, and what were they thinking about giving such drugs to people, causing them so many side effects. This guy I talked to has like a shoulder tick, like what's it called, basically muscle twitches. I'm just like blanked on the technical word for it, but maybe I shouldn't talk about the technical word. I'm talking about simple terms, like muscles twitches, spasms, which are all side effects, the extrapyramidal side effects of these drugs. And he has had no, like, his depression is still there. And I told him, like, anything that makes you disconnect from your reality is not going to help with your spirituality. Then he was also talking about, people in communities, these masons and, spiritual retreats. Spirituality is a solo trip. That's the whole point. It's about going within and listening to your intuition. It's not about listening to what other people say. You shouldn't even listen to what you should listen to your intuition, your own mind. You shouldn't even listen to me. You shouldn't listen to anyone blindly. That's my whole point. I withdrew from the world and went into nature so I could listen to my intuition without interference from anyone else. That is the whole point of spirituality. It's about finding your own voice and listening to your own voice without interference with mind-altering drugs, from other people's opinions, other people's fears that are being put onto you, and other people's insecurities. If you don't do this, if you don't work 9-to-5 job, you won't have a home. All those fears are controlling you. That's what's coming out as anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, borderline disorder. So, and depression is like deep, is when your soul needs deep rest. Because what people do, what I also used to do, is I would push myself until I exhausted myself, and then I had to go into a period where I was like unable to do anything. That was my depression period. That was when I felt depressed. But now what I do is I listen to my body. When my body says, okay, you need to rest, relax, I listen. I do that. I don't push myself. I work for a few hours or whatever long I am. Then I'm like, okay, my body's tired, so I rest for a few hours. Then I work for a few hours. I rest for you listen to your body and learn to move with your body, move with the universe, learn to flow through life rather than having this hectic schedule 9 to 5. You grind at something you don't even like, and then you have these intense periods of burnout, and that is coming out as depression. Mental illness is a man-made problem, and the solution to it is not drugs or either like those prescribed by psychiatrists or the ones that you take as a form of self-medication, not substance abuse. Go into nature, go into the sea. The salt water is the most healing thing in the world, but respect the sea. Don't if the sea is quite powerful, then learn to respect it, learn to flow with it. Don't fear it, respect it. Salt water is the most pure thing in the world. The crystals in salt, it'll purify, it can heal anything. It has healed me. I try to go into the ocean like once or twice a day. I don't even need to go all the way in. Just ground yourself in the ocean and you will see a difference. I promise you. And get away from people who say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Those people are selfish a-holes. There's no other word for it, okay? So I had the same conversation with someone today, and he was really he appreciated the advice because he had heard so many different things from so many different people who are trying to tell him what spirituality is, and he was confused because it was his first time, and he's just starting his journey that I started 4 months ago. And I gave him helpful advice, and I told him, at the end of the day, the point is you listen to yourself. Don't let other people tell you. The whole thing about spirituality is you go within yourself. It's not a group thing. If it's a group thing, it's probably energy vampires who are trying to drain your energy. I needed to put that message out there. But overall, it was a really positive reading. Nothing triggering, which is nice. The hard part is over. Good things are coming. Rest, ground yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today.